We're going to dive into one-way ANOVAs, which we're going to be looking at a comparison of the means of 3 or more independent groups. So you probably already know about t-test, where that measures the means of 2 independent groups comparing group A to group B's scores on something or another. An example of an ANOVA that I've used in years past would be 3 different treatments to be able to figure out what's the best reading program for students. So one group could be the traditional pen and paper, another group could be the hybrid, and a third group could be solely online or using iPads, for example. So I've done research in that. You've probably also seen other comparisons of independent groups in some of the research that you've looked at as part of this PhD program. We're also going to be diving into some of the assumptions and diagnostics that are made as part of looking at these analyses of variance. And then we're diving into something in terms of post hoc analysis, such as looking at effect sizes. So not only seeing if something is statistically significant, but seeing what is the effect of that particular variable on that outcome. So you're going to learn more about that through a few readings, as well as some videos that I've collated for you here. And then we're also looking at main and interaction effects. So these things build upon some of the principles you've learned about in the first statistics class, EDU 3285 in this program. And by the end, you should be able to better understand these ideas when you read them in the literature, as well as apply them within SPSS or Excel. Either program is very easy to use for ANOVAs. Again, we're looking at one-way ANOVAs in this particular unit. We have a voice thread, and I had previously thought that we would have a quiz and another SPSS assignment. I've included an SPSS and an Excel database for you to play around with some of the ANOVAs, but I think it's pretty straightforward, and I'm not actually going to have an activity for you to submit there. And then in terms of the quiz, I thought, again, some of these issues are pretty straightforward. So instead of having 5 points for those 3 different assignments, I'm just going to go ahead and link all of those into the voice thread for this week, because I think it provides an opportunity for you to get a number of points for this particular assignment that's a little more in-depth and complex than the other 2. And what it involves is formulating a framework for a self-selected study where you would need an ANOVA to analyze the data that you collect. Please include an element of post hoc analysis to this, and you're going to be discussing ways to reduce interaction effects and other types of bias as well. So you're going to be doing that voice thread, again, as a showcase of sorts after you mock out this self-selected study on paper. But again, just you're going to speak to it and respond to your peers and so on and so forth. So that's essentially what Unit 7 Univariate Analysis is all about. And I look forward to participating with you, commenting on your voice threads. And again, along the way, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out as always. Until then, take care.